What if everything you've been told about cannabis, its effects, its peaceful nature, even its spiritual benefits, was only half the story? In this video, we're going to pull back the curtain on a hidden side that almost no one talks about, a side that could be influencing your mind, your emotions, and even your spiritual energy without you realizing it. This is not about moralizing or fear-mongering, it's about awareness. If you've ever wondered why your focus, motivation, or inner clarity sometimes feels clouded, or if you felt a strange emotional heaviness after using cannabis, this conversation will give you answers. We'll explore what ancient traditions, modern research, and real-life experiences reveal about its deeper spiritual impact, and how understanding this could completely change the way you see it. By the end of this video, you'll have a clearer perspective on how cannabis might be shaping not only your habits, but also your connection to yourself and the world around you. So ask yourself, are you truly in control of your spiritual state, or has something else been quietly influencing it? Stay with me, because what you're about to hear might just be the missing piece you've been searching for. Some people expect marijuana to be a magic key that instantly opens a spiritual portal to bliss. But in truth, it's more like a mirror, with no filter, the kind that shows you the messy kitchen behind your smile in a Zoom call. Cannabis doesn't create visions from thin air. It simply amplifies what's already simmering inside you. That means your emotions, both light and dark, come into sharper focus. And sometimes what you see there can be uncomfortable. Think of it like turning up the volume on a song you didn't realize was playing in the background. If your emotions are peaceful, you might feel like you're floating in warm sunlight. But if there's hidden pain or unprocessed memories, cannabis might throw you into an unexpected storm. People often think that discomfort means the plant is bad, when in reality, it's just showing them a truth they've avoided. That's why preparation matters so much before stepping through any supposed spiritual portal. Imagine walking into a room you haven't cleaned in years. The dust, the clutter, the random items you forgot existed. That's exactly what cannabis can reveal in your mind. Without the right mental and emotional readiness, you might get lost in that clutter. But with awareness, you can see it as a chance to clear out what no longer serves you. And here's the twist. Most people stop here, never realizing this is just the beginning of the journey. Cannabis is often mistaken for a gentle guide that will always lead you to peace. But it's more like a magnifying glass for your emotions. It doesn't just show you the beauty, it also exposes the cracks. When someone uses marijuana without intention, the experience can feel like wandering into a maze without a map. Instead of finding a spiritual portal, they end up trapped in their own mind's twists and turns. And that, my friend, can be exhausting. You see, cannabis doesn't fix anything on its own. It simply turns the spotlight on what's already in the room. If unresolved trauma is sitting quietly in a corner, it will suddenly be front and center, demanding attention. Without preparation, that rush of emotions can feel overwhelming. That's why experienced practitioners treat the plant with reverence, not as a casual toy. They know that what you bring into the experience will shape what you take out of it. Imagine going to the gym without warming up, jumping straight into lifting heavy weights. That's how unprepared use of cannabis can feel for the mind. Anxiety, confusion, and emotional fatigue can hit hard, leaving you wondering what just happened. But when approached with care, the same marijuana session can feel like a focused training for your inner self. And perhaps It might be the training you didn't even know you needed before stepping toward the next stage. Using cannabis to truly illuminate consciousness isn't about chasing random visions. It's about weaving the experience into your daily life. Think of marijuana as a tool. Without intention, it's just a hammer swinging in the air. With intention, it's the perfect instrument to build something lasting. The spiritual portal it offers opens only when there's a clear reason to step through. That's why ritual, mindfulness, and preparation are non-negotiable. Some people treat cannabis like a weekend escape, hoping for instant enlightenment without the work part. But lasting transformation doesn't happen in a flash of light. It happens in the days after, when those emotions and insights are translated into action. If a deep truth surfaces, are you ready to live differently because of it? That's the real test. Without integration, the journey risks becoming nothing more than a beautiful but empty SLIDESHOW. Picture this. You have a notebook full of profound realizations from a marijuana session, but you never read them again. Without turning those words into habits, they fade away like dreams after waking up. The plant can open a spiritual portal, yes, but only you can decide what you'll carry back into your everyday life. And when that decision is made with courage, something much bigger than the experience itself starts to unfold. Now that you've seen what most people will never tell you about marijuana, the question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Will you keep treating cannabis like a casual escape, or will you approach it as the spiritual portal it truly can be? Your emotions, your memories, your hidden truths, they're all waiting for you to face them with courage. Because knowing is one thing, but applying is what changes everything. Ask yourself, what patterns in your life have been calling for your attention? What truths have you been avoiding? And what would happen if, instead of running, you finally stepped forward with clarity and intention? The next step is yours, but remember, growth never comes from staying in the same place. If you want to keep learning insights like this, gaining tools to understand not just cannabis, but your own mind and emotions on a deeper level, then subscribe to the channel right now and turn on notifications. This way, you'll always be one step ahead, ready to unlock more of your potential and maybe even transform your entire life.